Have you ever heard that quote about a goal without a plan is just a wish? Well, same goes for your health goals. Without a plan, kind of just wishing. So I have the perfect way to plan. And if you guessed that it's habits because I love habits, then you are right. So stick around as I show you how to plan out your health goals. Before we do though, please give this video a like or subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell to be notified every time I release a new video so you don't miss a thing. And if you are new here, welcome. I'm Coach Mack, the founding health coach of Running with Bacon, where I help women feel like themselves again via fitness, one small step at a time. If you are anything like me, you have set New Year's resolutions, you have set birthday goals, you have set mid-year goals, you've just set random goals, and you haven't gotten there. Not because you don't want to, but because you didn't have a plan or a system in place to get you to the goal. Maybe a New Year's resolution was, I want to eat better. Well, what does that mean? What does it look like? How do you tell if you're eating better? I don't know. Or it could even be a weight loss goal. And then you want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, cool. What are you going to do? Are you going to work out more? Are you going to eat less? Do you just need to join a gym? Do you need to start walking? Do you need to hire a nutritionist? Do you need a meal plan? What's the plan? You got the goal, which is a good start, but you need a plan. And so many health goals, year after year, New Year's resolution after New Year's resolution, birthday goal after birthday goal, all fall victim to that same thing, not having a plan. But like I said in the intro, habits can be that plan. Now, before you're like, what? A habit is not a plan to get to a goal. Let me explain. James Clear, hands down, one of the world's most renowned habit gurus out there. He has this quote that I freaking love. And every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, yes, I needed that reminder. His quote is, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the levels of your systems. You do not rise to the level of your goal. You fall to the level of your systems. And I love this quote because it is such a good reminder that it's not the goal. It's not the big shiny thing at the finish line that matters. We can have the best of intentions, but if we don't have the systems in place, we're never going to get there. We're going to fall to the level of our systems. And if the level of our systems is very low, that's why we don't get to our goals. So what that tells us is we need to up our systems. So that way, when we fall to the level of our systems, we're not falling very far because our systems are on point and going to get us to our goal. And we can do that with habits. And the reason I love using habits as my system of getting healthy and my system of coaching clients to get healthy is because, yes, they take a little bit of work on the front end, setting them up, getting them in place. But once they are in place, it happens automatically. That means you don't have to think about it anymore. If you think to all of the times that you have tried to reach a health goal, maybe you wanted to run a marathon, maybe you wanted to lose some weight, maybe you wanted to eat better, whatever that means, and you didn't have any systems in place, you didn't have any habits in place. So every time, every day it arose, if your goal was a marathon, every time you went to go for a run, you had to think about it. You had to talk yourself into it. You had to motivate yourself to get going. You had to get started. You had to do the thing. You had to convince yourself to keep doing it day after day after day. Same thing with losing weight or trying to eat better, working out, whatever it is. When you have to convince yourself, you have to talk yourself into it day after day after day, our lazy lizard brains will win. It may not be in the first week, it may not be in the second week, but eventually our lazy lizard brains who just want to do nothing, they want to do less, conserve energy and do less, they will win. And when they win that first day, it makes it that much easier for it to win the next day and the next day. And that's how you start down your streak of not getting to your goal. It's why something like 90% of resolutions, New Year's resolutions, fail by February. People are super motivated and they can convince themselves those first few weeks. And then after that, man, I didn't think this was going to be so hard. I didn't think I was going to have to keep talking myself into it. Like I thought once I decided that that was it and I was talked into it. No, because you have to do it consistently. And you know what wires us for consistency? Habits, routines, my favorite. So to use habits as your system of getting to your health goal. Pick your health goal, whatever it is. That's, again, the big shiny thing at the finish line. Pick your health goal and then figure out what is the first smallest, and then the smallest, because often the first step that you think of is not the smallest step. So first think of the first step and then think of the smallest step that will get you one tiny, tiny step closer to that goal. So I'm going to use my previous example of running a marathon. The first step that you might need to actually prepare for a marathon, maybe you need some new tennis shoes, right? And so you think, okay, step one, get a new pair of tennis shoes. And then you're like, okay, well, how do I do that? What do I need? What am I looking for? All this stuff. So your first step that you think of isn't actually the smallest step that you can do. First thing might be putting out a post on social media like, hey, running friends, what are the best shoes, or what shoes do I need to look for? Or it might be scheduling time in your calendar to go to the store and start talking to the salesperson, I don't know what they call them, the person who helps you try on shoes, because they should be pretty knowledgeable about shoes. You can ask them all the questions. They'll give you their advice, their input, all of those things. So scheduling in time might actually be the smallest thing that you need to do. So what's the first step? And then what's the smallest thing, right? And we haven't even gotten into the habit part. We're just talking about step one. But so this type of thinking, when we're thinking about habits, because remember, habits, anytime we're starting them, we want to start with the smallest, easiest thing that we can. So when we get into that frame of mind, all of these big goals can be broken down into what's the first step, and is that the smallest step? If not, what's the smallest step? And so then eventually, because again, all these big goals require consistency, eventually we will get to the step that requires a habit. And again, from there, we start small, start with what's easy, and build from there. If you want to watch this video, you can see how to grow your habits. So we start small, start easy, and then we can systematically grow our habits to get to our big goals. Continuing with this marathon example though, once you have your shoes, once you're all set up, once you have everything you need to actually start running, this is assuming that you can run, like that you're not starting with walking. This is my example here. You're starting with running, is scheduling in time of your day. Figure out, when am I going to do my runs? In the beginning, they're going to be shorter runs, so you might have more options. But then once you get into the full-on marathon training, you're going to have some longer runs that are going to take some more planning. That's down the road. For now, where are your runs going to fit into your day? When are you going to have time? Does it need to be a whole ordeal where you go for your run, you have to shower, get ready for work, all of that? Or is it maybe you're done with work so you can run, come home, start dinner, then shower? Like what's it going to look like so that you can then have it already planned into your day? Because you don't want to wake up and say, okay, I need to run today. When am I going to do that? You don't want that to be your inner dialogue every single day. You want to have this planned into your day. So oftentimes it's really easy to think, oh, my first step to running a marathon is like, just go for a run. Well, maybe, but if you're actually talking about being consistent, find out, when can I plan this into my day? It might be a perfect habit stack opportunity. Maybe you get the kids on the bus, you go for your run, shower, get ready for work. Maybe that's the order, that's the habit stack. So right after the kids get on the bus, you might even already be dressed. So you might get dressed for your run, get the kids on the bus, take off running, come back, shower, get ready for work. That might be the thing. That's its own version of a habit stack. So figure out where in your day you can do this. How can you set it up so that it just becomes part of your routine? Because again, you wake up every day or you get the kids on the bus and then you look at your schedule and you're like, okay, where's a run going to fit in today? Odds are there aren't going to be a lot of days where that run fits in. Plan it ahead of time into your day so that it's habitual and routine. And then, like I said, when you fall to the level of your systems, you have great systems in place, so you don't have far to fall. And you will get to your goal of running a marathon when you build that habit, that consistency into your lifestyle. That's the structures, that's the systems that get us to these big goals. And while I love talking health goals, that's my jam. I'm a health coach, it's what I do. This is also applicable to other areas of your life. Just like habit stacks, you can use in lots of different areas of your life. You can obviously then use habits and habit stacking and this methodology to get to bigger goals elsewhere in life, in other areas of life. Break it down, get into that mindset. What can I do? What's the first step? And is it the easiest step? What's the easiest thing that I can do to get started? And if, like I said, eventually there will come a point, once you have all the stuff to be ready, there will need to be the consistent things. And that is where you build the habits into your day. Build that into your life, build those structures so that you can actually reach those big goals. Habits are the way to do it. My favorite way to do it because they make it so much easier. You don't have to think about it as much. You don't have to give it as much energy. You just have to set it up on the front end, make it stick with the easiest, the smallest thing to make that habit stick, and then grow it from there. Once it's in there though, your brain is like, oh, I got this. It's on loop. That's what it does. Habits are a brain hack. So using them as your systems to get to your goals is a fantastic way to make it so much easier, so much less stressful, and really, really a good way to make it enjoyable. You've heard that, enjoy the process. Habits help you do that because you don't have to worry about all the other stuff that goes into it. You can just do the thing. Use habits as your systems to get to your big goals. Speaking of a habit that I love is moving my body every single day. So if you are looking to implement that habit in your life as well, I have the perfect thing and it's free. It is my Fit in 5 5-day challenge. It's called Fit in 5 because it only takes 5 minutes and it's a 5-day challenge. So for 5 days in a row, you are moving your body for just 5 minutes. I will email you every day with a link to a video where I take you through a 5-minute circuit. It literally, I cannot make it any easier for you to get started moving. And I try to keep it fun because who wants to do it if it's not fun, you know? I will put the link in the description box below. Just sign up and I will be in your inbox soon.